Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. You would think Michelle Obama would be grateful to be an American. She was the first lady of the United States for 8 years. Her husband was elected president of the United States. And you'd think that would be enough for her to, well, have a little bit of respect for her country and, well, especially white folks, as she calls them, who helped put her husband into office. But her recent statements have drawn some ire because, well, she sounds very bitter and patronizing. And, well, we'll break this down shortly. But before we get into this, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Well, it appears that Kamala Harris's failed bid for the presidency in 2024 has broken Michelle Obama, and she's no longer interested in the presidency, according to her statements, because, well, she had something to say about Democrats calling for her to run for president. Let's watch.
So thank you all for being there for us.
You stepped into a role that carried a preconceived idea of femininity and wifedom that was founded on the landmines of racism and misogyny. What the First Lady wears is one of the main ways, which you've already said, that a First Lady is talked about. It comes with so much historical expectation. How do you feel about the fact that the First Lady is an archetype for wifedom and femininity?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Don't agree with that. It's, you know, it is a completely throwback on. It's a definition that has no current status in how women actually show up in the world today.
Do you think that that impacts the room that we've made for a woman to be president?
Well, as we saw in this past election, sadly, we ain't ready. That's why I'm like, don't even look at me about running, because you all are lying. You're not ready for a woman. You are not. So don't waste my time. You know, we got a lot of growing up to do. And there's still, sadly, a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it. What was the question?
I just said, we don't need to ask it again. You answered it.
So,
femininity, wifedom.
Yeah. I mean, I think we still have growing to do in that regard. And, you know, we can see how progress can be made and things can be snatched back when it comes to us owning our power as women.
Well, it wasn't the fact that Kamala Harris was a woman. It's the fact that she's widely unpopular. She has no real accomplishments besides being a DEI hire for Joe Biden. There are other accomplished women in the United States that could be qualified to be president, but it just happens to be the fact that Kamala Harris isn't one of them. If you track her career ascendancy in the state of California, there are some major questions about how she fell upward. So, Michelle Obama, you can run for president of the United States. You're free to do so. And it's not because we're not ready for a woman to be president. It's just we don't know what you've accomplished besides be first lady and have a few failed programs like, I don't know, the nutrition program that you tried to run. That was very unpopular with school children. So it's just the fact that we are a meritocracy and we want people to have accomplishments before they're elected to the most powerful position in the country. I think this is common sense. It's not discriminatory. It's not bigoted. It's not racist. It's just how smart people vote, and it's how nations are run in a competent manner. So another one of the things that really caught people's attention was she went after white folks for making her life harder because of her hair or something. Let's show the clip here.
Worry about it. Let me explain something to white people. Our hair comes out of our head naturally in a curly pattern. So when we're straightening it to follow your beauty standards, we are trapped by the straightness. That's why so many of us can't swim and we run away from the water. People won't go to the gym because we're trying to keep our hair straight for y'all. It is exhausting and it's so expensive and it takes up so much time. Braids are for y'all so we can work harder and focus on the work. So why do we need an act, an act of law to tell white folks to get out of our hair? Don't tell me how to wear my hair. Don't wonder about it. Don't touch it. Just don't. It just.
Okay, Michelle Obama, there are women across the country that have to do their hair, and it takes more than 20 or 30 minutes for some of them. They grow their hair long, and it's fussy. If you think this is why you're oppressed in America, well, you should ask other women around the world about their own oppression because they also have to do their hair. And we're sorry about your plight. And, obviously you need hair reparations because you have to spend time doing it. And to make supposedly white people happy, I don't know, like, do Asian people and Latin women, do they also want you to do your hair? I don't know. You'll have to ask Michelle Obama for more details about why this is oppressing her and why white folks are bad because they like women that do their hair. I don't know. But anyways, weigh in with your own thoughts. We always appreciate you commenting at Explain America.